Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick from MMA Pixels here with Jesse Sanchez. Jesse just had a big fight this past weekend for Panda Cup Promotions. He got a victory, a second round TKO by Doctor Stoppage. How you doing, Jesse?
I'm good.
Everything feeling okay after the fight? No injuries? Or
No, no injuries, just a little black eye and some little marks on the face, but nothing major.
have you started training yet?
I'm going back today to start training again and get ready for whatever's coming next.
That was probably fight of the night. You guys just set a frantic pace, this going back and forth, this swinging. You got dominant position. I think he tried to pull guard, it looked like, and you got on top and then ended up getting his back. And then the round ended. Second round started the same way, but he got cut early, and then the doctor came in and called it. What were you thinking when the referee called time at that moment?
Um, I kind of had a feeling he was going to stop it because I could see his face. I cut him up pretty bad on both sides of his eyebrows, and I wanted to keep going. I was pumped. And he ended up stopping it, and I got the win. It was exciting. I didn't expect for him to come out and try to throw with me like that. I wanted to be more technical and show off my Muay Thai and stuff like that, and other stuff I've been working on for this camp. But he wanted a slugfest, so I gave him one.
Do you think you could have kept that same pace for all three rounds?
Yeah, in the second round, I found my range, and I was getting in my momentum and my groove. I connected some solid punches and opened them up a little more. And deep down inside, I was kind of disappointed they stopped it, but you don't want him to get hurt that bad, you know.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned training camp. What did you do differently for this fight?
I worked a lot of stand up. I did a little bit of ground with different people. With my one of my friends, Zach Falcons from Ralph Gracie. I worked a little bit with Fluffy Hernandez in the past on some ground. But mainly, I've just been doing my stand up at main event, Muay Thai, and working on my cardio and my strength and conditioning and getting ready. I have a lot more things to work on. I've seen from the video, and I'll be working on those and correcting those and getting ready for the next one.
When is the next one? Do you have anything in mind?
Um, I'm not sure. I want to take a little time to work out the kinks in my game. I've been offered to fight for Titans Cage June, but I think it's a little too soon right now. And I'll talk to my coaches and see what's next and see where their mind's at and what's good enough for me.
What are some of the things that you think you need to improve on?
Uh, I'm probably slipping the jab. I have been having a hard time with that. I got caught with his jab a couple times. I didn't like it. It didn't bother me, but it is frustrating uh, getting hit like that. And I just want to work on that more. Maybe a little bit more footwork and work with a lot more taller guys because this past last time they threw a 6'2" guy at me too, so we gotta work on fighting with them taller, lankier guys.
Do you know your opponent, like who they are and what they do before the matchup?
No, they just on this fight I was supposed to fight somebody else, but he was being flaky with camo paperwork and stuff like that. So they just matched me with Scott about I say about literally 6 weeks before Panda Cup, and I just got ready for him. I took it, I didn't know anything about him. Anthony Bivens said he was pretty tough. He was actually pretty good. So, I'm always up for a challenge and willing to go out there and bang.
If you could have had it any your way, what would you have preferred happen in the fight? How would it end?
Knocking him out, man. I had him stunned like 3 times. You know, I seen his eyes roll back of his head after I punched him a couple good hard ones, and he wouldn't go out, man. He was a big dude. He was bigger than I thought he was gonna actually be. He was like really big and strong.
So now you're 3-1. I know you said you still have improvements you want to make. Do you see yourself turning pro anytime soon?
Yeah, that's in the future. I've been talking about it with my wife. You know, I still want to get a few more amateurs, maybe even a title shot. You know, win a bout, defend it a couple times, and go from there. Um, you know, I love to fight. You know, that's what I like to do. It's kind of hard sometimes with work. You know, I work 12-hour shifts every day, and I go straight home and I pick up my kids from school and go straight to training once their mom gets home from work. You know, so it's tough on my part. You know, but I make it work. My wife is my biggest supporter, and she helps me out a lot with everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's definitely something you can't really do on your own.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of help. Met a lot of people through the fight game. You know, I've met Armando Sabala, Ultimate Street Fighters. He helped me train for my last fight in Bakersfield in June, and you know, he's became like family, and he's helped me out a while too. He's the one who introduced me to my coach, Lino Enriquez from Main Event Muay Thai, and I've been there with him ever since.
How did you get started in martial arts?
Well, you know, I done some time in prison. I was locked up a majority of my youth in my early 20s, and it's always been a dream of mine. My uncle had showed me some videos of some cage fight of UFC one, and you know, I fell in love with it. I always wanted to do it, but my the path that I chose when I was a kid wasn't the right path, and it got me incarcerated, and I was in prison my whole life basically. And when I got out 5 years ago, I took it. I trained a little bit, and then when my sister passed away, like 3 years ago, that's when I took it really serious because she always wanted to see me fight and never got a chance to see me fight. And when she passed away, I took it serious and went full throttle with it. And you know, I wear her picture on my trunks every fight. I wear her shirt with her picture on it every weigh-ins, and she's with me watching me, and you know, and that's what made me take it serious and start fighting.
Right, that's obviously a great deal of motivation.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an inspiring story. I'm glad that you are on the right path and doing something that you love now.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it a lot, man.
Right on. Where can the fans connect with you on social media?
Frank J. Sanchez on Facebook, and Sanchez Family on my Instagram. And my Snapchat is under Jesse or Hutzia, Hutzia.
Right on. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no
Jesse,
problem.
Jesse
Yeah,
Slice 'em up
Jesse.
Sanchez.
That's right. I like that. Did that to my last opponent in Bakersfield too.